Okay, here we go. Chapter 19, Angry Villagers. Thank you for flying the portal. Please refrain from pushing as you disembark. Pearl and Ben and Meadowmouth and Dr. Wu stood on the 10th floor of the old button factory. Puddles formed around them as the water dripped off their clothing. Meadowmouth shook like a dog, spraying the walls and ceiling. There was no sign of Violet. The yellow light on the switchboard had stopped blinking. The bags of oats and ivy were gone, and the shattered glass had also been cleaned up, and the window replaced with a new one. So, who took the rain dragon's horn? Both Pearl and Ben asked as the last wisps of tornado disappeared. Dr. Wu set the extra medical bag in the closet. His name is Maximus Steele. He is not supposed to be in the imaginary world, but he apparently found a new way to get in. She closed the closet door. Pearl opened her mouth, about to ask a million questions, but Dr. Wu gently silenced her with the raised palm. Maximus Steele is a very dangerous man. Dr. Wu's wet hair clung to her cheeks and neck. Water leaked from the pockets of her lab coat. If you continue to work as my apprentices, I will tell you all about him. But right now, there is another important matter to attend to. Ben's sneakers squeaked as he and Pearl followed the doctor over to the windows. He noticed how she said, "If you continue as my apprentices." Was she still angry that they had broken the rules? Was she going to fire them? The windows offered a bird's eye view of the front of the hospital. Two people stood at the gate. Ben recognized the red overalls of Mrs. Mulberry and her daughter, Victoria. The little red welcome wagon sat beside them. "It appears we have very angry villagers at our door," Dr. Wu said. "Angry villagers?" Meadowmouth backed up into the corner. "I don't like angry villagers. Oh, make 'em go away. Make 'em go away." His hind legs began to tremble. Ben was certain he was imagining all those horrid drawings from the dragon book. "Yeah, they're mad about the missing stuff," Ben explained. "But they're not going to hurt you. Don't worry." "I needed to build my nest," Meadowmouth said. "I can't sleep without a nest." "You are quite right," Dr. Wu told him. "A dragon must have a nest. This is my fault, not yours." "You have provided yourself with the necessary materials." She tapped her four-fingered hand on the windowsill. "If they ask too many questions, I am afraid I will have to move again." "Oh, don't do that!" Pearl cried. "We could buy new stuff for everyone," Ben said. "That would make them happy." Dr. Wu smiled sadly. "That is a nice idea. I'm afraid we have little time to spare." What could they do? Ben had only known Mrs. Mulberry for a few days, but she could tell she was the sort of person who wouldn't give up easily. She wanted to prove that Dr. Wu was indeed the thief. If only they could give Mrs. Mulberry something to make her happy. Then she might stop trying to get inside the hospital. Ben smiled as a brilliant idea just about knocked him off his feet. What if Meadowmouth made something out of metal? He could give it to the town as a present. Ben didn't want to hurt Pearl's feelings since she had lived there all her life, but Buttonville was as run down as a town could get. It could use something pretty. What do you think? "Where would he get the metal?" Dr. Wu asked. "I know," Pearl said. "The trap is still in the Land of Rain, and the chain links. He could use those." "Excellent," Dr. Wu said. Meadowmouth groaned. "Aw, gee, do I have to go back through the portal?" "Yes," she said. "Be quick. I have no time to deal with angry villagers." And then she led the kids to the door. "Dr. Wu?" Pearl asked. "What did the rain dragon draw in the dirt?" Dr. Wu leaned against the door frame. "That is called a yin and yang. It is an ancient Chinese symbol of opposites, man and woman, day and night, plus and minus. The universe is composed of opposing energy. The rain dragon was letting you know that while there are bad humans, there are also good humans. And while there are hunters who take horns, there are also Ben Silversteins and Pearl Petals who put them back." She smiled at them. "I am very proud of both of you." "Really?" Pearl said. Ben beamed. He'd expected to be reprimanded, or at very least, a terrible Sasquatch chore. "Yes, really." But Dr. Wu's smile was short-lived. Her expression turned serious once again. "Though you handled yourselves clearly under difficult circumstances, do not make a habit of traveling to the imaginary world without me. I would hate to lose both of you." And she glanced at her wristwatch. "You'd better hurry up with that flea bath. It's nearly 3 o'clock in the afternoon." Right. The Sasquatch still needed the flea bath. Ugh. And as they stepped out onto the 10th floor landing, Metalmouth called, "Hey, Ben!" Ben turned around. "This is for you." And with a nudge of his snout, Metalmouth sent the yellow tennis ball rolling across the floor. It knocked into Ben's sneaker. Ben picked it up, despite the fact that it was completely and totally soaked in dragon slobber. He was happy to have it, and he tucked it into his pocket. Chapter 20 is coming up next, the final chapter.